What is going on, guys? So, Alliance Coliseum dropped about, was it, 12 hours ago or so? And I'm gonna just be going over who my favorite champs so far are. So first up, we have Dark Phoenix, who I've been using. So I would just include like a little clip. This isn't gonna be my best run or anything, but it's just the first run I had, kind of going over the strategy with all these three champions. Uh, so yeah, like I said, with Dark Phoenix, the main thing you want to do right now is go towards a special three. So you want to do three special threes. Sometimes I'll throw in a special one since it gives you a power drain anyways. Yeah, there was a little bit of a mishap right there. It is what it is. Mistakes are gonna happen. The runs aren't gonna be perfect. It's just bound to happen. Um, I'm not MSD, um, and I don't plan on practicing that much or anything to be as good as him. But yeah, so there we go. I had the first special three already. And personally, what I've been doing is trying to push Kate Bishop to special two. Personally, I think I like the spacing with it just a touch more. Plus, it gives you a bit less recovery time. Uh, in the sense where, because after every special, she's gonna have the inverted controls. So if between the downtime of the arrow falling down, most of the time your inverted controls will fall off, if not all the way, just about all the way. Um, it is kind of tedious trying to manage if you are inverted or not. A lot of the mistakes that I had in this fight were because I was right on the cusp of inverted, or I thought I was inverted when I wasn't, and it's just bound to happen. Like, you're gonna have good runs, you're gonna have bad runs. I think this run ends up being 7 bars, which it's not the best, it's not the worst. Realistically, if you're grinding podiums, um, eight 8 bars is the max when it comes to hard mode in terms of EXP gain, because you get 10 EXP per bar and it caps out at 80. So I was already podium level 3 here. I've been doing a fair amount of grinding. I've actually been enjoying this fight a lot. But yeah, so back to the fight. Dark Phoenix, whenever you build up to the 3 special 3s, that gives you 3 permanent incinerates. Kind of want to rotate like one special 2 into uh 2 special 1s. Sometimes you could get 3 off, but the special 2 will give you the Fury, which boosts your incinerate damage. So, and then every time you launch a special 1, you also get another power gain. So realistically, you could fit 3 incinerates there most of the time. Um, but yeah, it just kind of depends how you're feeling and everything. I think, oh yeah, here. So I thought I was inverted. I wasn't. I got clipped. It is what it is. Um, yeah, that was my Cape or Dark Phoenix fight. Next up is gonna be Captain Bryn. Um, I think Captain Bryn would probably be the fastest in terms of building up podiums, because once you get a special 3, so essentially the strategy with her, she's not inverted controls immune or anything. The third fight, it's gonna be Juggernaut, who is, but Captain Bryn is not, so you just kinda gotta maximize uh your uptime without inverted controls and whatnot. I kinda got used to it at this point. I've actually always been a fan of inverted controls ever since they introduced it. I think it was in either 6 point, no, I think it was Act 5, Chapter 4 was the first time. Or was it Act 6? I can't recall. But I've been a fan of it for the most part. So I don't really mind it too much. But yeah, so the strategy with Captain Bryn is all you want to do is get to special 3. Once you're at a special 3, you have I forget what the ability is called, but essentially it reduces how much power you use every single time. So, and every time you throw a special 2, you're getting more and more prowess. So, looking at where we are right now, we are already at 4 bars of health down. And I think that was my first special 3 rotation. So, that's kind of the goal. Like I said, uh after every special, you can kind of punish her for the most part. I basically try not to parry her whatsoever, nor let her throw heavies. With Captain Bryn, you could technically throw a special 1 and it places a slow on her, but personally, I just try to intercept as much as I can, or once you get into the rotation of throwing special 2s, you're just pushing her straight to 2 bars of power or 1 bar of power every single time. Here we go. So we had that special 3. I think we did 1 special 2 so far since then. And let's just see the damage. So this isn't fully built up, but that was basically a full bar of power, plus the neuroshocks are ticking down now. So a bar and a half essentially from the last special 2 into this one. And then I'll always try to throw if psionic. I gotta look up the ability name, but whenever you have the little buff that keeps you from draining power as quickly, you want to just throw your specials as soon as you can. Um, and if you're about to if you're about to lose the buff, then just throw the special. Uh, that way you get some extra damage in, plus you don't lose all that power. Um, because if you lose the buff and then you throw it, you'll just lose all your power along with it. Here I made a little mistake, pushed her to a special 3, though that's not really a big deal with Captain Bryn, because with Captain Bryn, she is safeguard. I did mess up right there. I got a little nervous after that, so I tried to rush it, and then I guess I got intercepted by her, so and basically one shot. And then third up is going to be Juggernaut, which has been, I think I tied how many bars of power I had with the Juggernaut and Captain Bryn with 17 on each of them so far. Um, Juggernaut, I feel I'm kind of maxed out at 17. Captain Bryn, I don't think I've timed out yet. Uh, so I've kind of just died well before then. With Juggernaut, I could go all the way, all 8 minutes. I think this run got cut off a little short, but it kind of showed the job. The nice part about Juggernaut is that you don't need to worry about the inverted controls. So you can kind of just go to town. Just looking at the fight, you're just kind of cruising along, get to special 2, launch the special 2, push her to a special 2. Again, you could do special 1 if you're more comfortable with it. Personally, uh, I think there's less downtime if you're pushing to special 2, and it's actually super easy to dex. Uh, you just gotta bait out the arrow, dex it, dash in, and then like a second later, dash out again. Super simple. I would highly recommend evading that and learning that dex. I've never done it until uh, this Coliseum came around, and it's been super easy. Another quick little tip with just the fight in general in Coliseum is if you're approaching the end of a health bar, kind of caps your damage. I'm not sure if it's in this clip or if I noticed this somewhere else, but I did like the first hit of my Juggernaut special too, and it did like 200 damage when uh you know you're not doing 200 damage with Juggernaut special too. Like I think the first hit did like 40k there, the second and third with a crit did like about 70,000, not including the burst damage. So sometimes it's just good to push her over into the next health bar if possible. Um, if it kind of ruins the flow of the fight, obviously don't do it. But if you're like right there and even if you just hit into the block or something, it's definitely worth doing. Just kind of that way you maximize the DPS from your special too. And with Juggernaut specifically, you can be kind of uh ballsy, I guess you could say, when it comes to intercepting. Since you have the unstoppable, kind of just risk it all. So keep that in mind. And I think the special two right before this, you feel like going back, you kind of see it where the first hit of the special two pushed it to like 2-3%, and then the second hit only did 3% or whatever was left of that health bar. So you essentially lost, I'm gonna say probably like 30% of a bar there, assuming it was a crit. But yeah, Juggernaut's really smooth, so I've gone to 17 bars with him, and I basically cap out at 17. I might be able to push 18. It kind of depends on crits a little bit, but yeah, it's pretty smooth and everything. He unfortunately does not have any tags. I think Captain Bryn has one at the moment, and then Dark Phoenix is also one, if I recall correctly. I was trying Carolina. She was okay for it, but between managing the inverted controls and trying to stay in the sun, it was a little annoying. So, not my personal favorite champ just for this. I think Carolina is my favorite champ in the game at the moment. So, I don't doubt her just for this specifically. Just kind of felt like a lot to do. I mean, managing the sun and staying in and out of inverted controls. So, yeah. There, my medium was about to end, so okay, so last thing I just wanted to show is like my progress that I've done with these. So currently I'm second in the Alliance. I think I need a better run with Dark Phoenix to pass up the guy in first. Let's see, I think here, yeah. So I was kind of experimenting. I thought Mojo would be decent. It was okay. Like I said, Carolina I like, but it's a little hard to manage the sun plus inverted controls and all of that. If you look at Juggernaut, so there I got 12, 16, 17, 17, some, what was it, 4. 15. Most of my runs with Juggernaut have been above 10 bars, and it's just super easy just because you're not worried about the inverted controls whatsoever. The other champs, Captain Bruin, you got 12, 7, uh, 6, 8, 9, 16, 16, 9. Okay, actually, I think this was the highest, 16.94. So just 5%, 6% off 17 bars. I'll 1-6 again. Sometimes you're gonna get clipped. It happens. Honestly, GG, go next. It's not too bad. Don't worry about it. Don't stress. It's yeah, basically unlimited attempts unless you're playing this all day, which I doubt most people are. Um, and then Dark Phoenix, like I said, I started with 9. That was my first run. 12, 11, 3, 11, 4, 7. Yeah, so actually there was probably a few before this, but my history fell off a bit. But yeah, so most of these champs I could easily average like 8 bars or higher unless you make a mistake. So personally, if you're grinding EXP, I would say the easiest just because you don't have to deal with the inverted controls would be Juggernaut. Uh, but the fastest would probably be Captain Bryn. Um, she just gets through the bars really quickly. Like one rotation from special 3, you could get easily like 4 bars of power. So 2 rotations and you're already at 8 bars of power, which is essentially the cap for XP on hard mode, which isn't bad at all. I know people would like to grind medium and easy for it. Uh, Personally, I've never grinded them. I just kind of go with the hard mode and hope for the best. I don't know if that's optimal or not. I haven't done any concrete tests, but yeah, that's just been my strategy with it. But yeah, those are the champs I've been using so far with day 3. I'm gonna test Serpent probably tomorrow. Looking at my alliance, so this guy's ahead of me, slightly ahead of me. I need to get a better Dark Phoenix run, and then I'll be able to pass him. But we're like neck and neck essentially. But I'll try Serpent for sure. Uh, Ironheart had a good run here. What was this? 11 bars. Love to see that. I don't have Ironheart personally. Oh yeah, this guy 7 bars with Carolina. She has 2 tags, so it's also really nice. Ironheart also had 2 tags. Storm Pyramid X. A lot of people in my alliance are using her. This is a rank 1 Storm. He got 6 bars of power, which is phenomenal. So, uh, Storm Pyramid X definitely looks like a solid contender. This guy had a lot of 6 bars with Dust. She also has 3 tags on the first day, so lots of potential options. Yeah, I can go through all of them. Lots of genes I see here. Personally, tomorrow I'm probably gonna use Serpent, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully this is helpful. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know who you're using. Let other people know who you're using, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.